That absolutely adorable alien swimming in the water was called an axolotl. They have crazy superpowers, and we're going to get right into it. One of the weird things about them is, unlike most amphibians, they actually stay in this juvenile state forever. They're in a perpetual state of tadpole. They basically go through a thing called neotaning, which is kind of a fancy way of saying they stay in the water. They get these gills and this tail, and they never actually lose them, instead of kind of staying like a normal salamander, which is able to walk. One of the coolest superpowers they got is that they're basically like Deadpool. They can regenerate these little limbs and all sorts of limbs, their legs, their arms, their organs, even parts of their brain. So it's a weird process, but basically this line right here represents where like we would normally have our wound, it gets cut off and gets that little heel. So after their stuff heals, they get this little portion that starts to grow out called a blastoma. This is going to kind of look like that, where like bone, cartilage, and muscle cells all kind of form inside of that little ball. Then a thing called dedifferentiation occurs in the cells, which is just a really complicated way of saying those cells turn into just stem cells. They kind of just disappear as to what they normally would be, and they just kind of morph into stem cells. And then really coolly, they all start to regrow, and they can do this even to parts of their brain. Another really cool thing is this is how they see. They see in ultraviolet light, which to humans is invisible. This helps them, with locating prey, navigating through different types. It kind of looks Pandora-y to me, to be honest with you. The other thing is their DNA is absolutely alien. So this would be like a normal human DNA. And our genome, which kind of like our ingredients of making a human, has, let's say, a set number of things. Their genome, even how tiny they are, is 10 times bigger than ours. And if that's not cool enough, they have the ability to absorb oxygen through their skin, meaning they also have gills, though, which means they get to absorb oxygen through water and air. I'd say the saddest thing about them, even though their smile is cute as a freaking button, is that they're in extreme extinction with a known amount in the wild of only around 50 to 1,000 of these guys. But there is good news. Well, not great news, but better news. As long as you don't live in California, Maine, New Jersey, or DC, you can actually own one of these guys, and there are actually about 1 million of them in captivity, which is kind of helping keep their species alive. Obviously, you'd want them in the wild. That would be better for them, but at least they're not fully extinct, and you are able to kind of have one if you want one. So if you like Pokemon Go, this may be your only chance to actually own a real-life Pokemon.